this competition. This could seal it! Wouldn't you know it? Unbelievable!
The celebrations, there they are.
Talk about a grandstand finish!
Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The fairy tale is complete. The Central Coast Mariners, champions of Australia.
Hello, I'm James Dodd and welcome to the Isuzu UTE A-League Highlights Show. Round 17 kicked off on Friday night as bottom of the ladder Western United hosted Newcastle Jets at Amy Park. Without a win in their last 7, Western are now in desperate need of points, and a loss here could leave them 11 adrift at the bottom come the end of the round. As for the Jets, well, Rob Stanton's side head into the contest having won their last 2 games against Western, keeping a clean sheet in both, while striker Apostolos Stamatoulopoulos will look to keep his impressive run going, having scored 5 in his last 4 games. Your match commentators are Phil Moss and Ben Homer.
It's a poor pass turned over by Natta, and Wales has angled that pass beautifully for Grimaldi. What an opportunity that was to grab another goal this season for Matt Grimaldi, who did score in round 9 against Sydney. And now it's Bahaja speeding away and cutting inside. Jeez, he did well there, didn't he? Trent Bahaja, 2-on-1, and he got a shot on goal. Wales. And Pena. Was there a handball? There was. Jack Morgan. And Pena with the cheeky Panenka to open the scoring. Would there be any other way from the Brazilian? He's got 4 for the season. He's got 1 against his old side, and Western lead. Bahaja is squeezed through and strikes on goal. That's a good, strong hand from Hewitt Bell.
Well, he did the hard part right there very easily, and then it was the easy part where he missed his lines.
Moragas has some targets in the middle. He does get it towards them. Bahaja's header produces an outstanding save from Tom Hewitt-Bell. Pena. Lovely curling pass, sending Grimaldi wide. Pena is coming. Grimaldi is shooting. And this time it's Ryan Scott. So 2 goalkeepers at each end who have been backups in previous seasons. They're standing tall this year. They opened the scoring last week against Western Sydney. Can Western double this advantage? Bodic sends Grimaldi left and right. Wales, and now Pena. Here is Grimaldi. He has the time. Scott with a massive save. Brisbane dinking it into that area. Thurgate, he loves to make those runs into the box. Brisbane. And Bodic! There's his 3rd of the season. He thought he was going to get one a moment ago. This time he has scored. And Western are 2 to the good.
Thurgate making an incisive run, bringing his left fullback into the game. Little touch inside. There is a question mark of offside, but that is a brilliant delivery.
Newcastle, though, with a foray forward. Ingham, Bahaja. Well, Hewitt-Bell, he is just outstanding. Now Stamatoulopoulos. Again, great close control. Referee's going to award him the free kick, and now O'Neill. He's been collected by Donachie, and his night is going to be ended with a red card. Wilmering. They throw themselves about. Stamatoulopoulos, he should have scored, but somehow Josh Risdon, the captain.
Daniel Pena and Noah Botic getting the job done for Western, who sealed just their 3rd win of the season, and they now sit just 7 points behind the Jets, who dropped down to 11th position. On Saturday, Sydney FC welcomed Adelaide United to Allianz Stadium. With no Nestori Irankunda or Ben Halloran in the side, Adelaide would look to striker Hiroshi Ibasuki to repeat his goal-scoring antics against Sydney, having scored a hat-trick against the Sky Blues in their last meeting. As for the home side, Sydney FC were going in search of their 8th win of the campaign and would fancy their chances at home, given they've scored at least 3 goals in their last 4 games at the venue. Your commentary team for this one is Grace Gill and Simon Hill.
Luke Bratton crowded out. Here's Ibasuki, who's going to try his arm from long range, and Manages to palm the ball over, but it was a cheeky effort from the Japanese striker and well worth a try. Given away carelessly by the Reds. It's Anthony Caceres, big chance here. Robert Mack, 1-0 Sydney FC. Ruthlessly dispatched by the Slovakian. It's his first goal since the 29th of December.
Sydney FC with good numbers forward and a great ball from Caceres. Easy as you like finish, a return of the Mac. How about that for the Sky Blues?
Squared up by Bratton, still plenty forward for Sydney, including Gomez. Punched away by Delianov, off the post by Girdwood Reich, and then off the line by Ben Warland, and it's still alive for Sydney. Joe Lolly trying to find a way through, it's still there for the Sky Blues. Adelaide grimly hanging on.
Well, it just wasn't to be for Girdwood Reich. Off the woodwork, second chance. He was appealing for a penalty on that second challenge.
Tied it up by Hayden Matthews. And the chase is on here. Fabio Gomez, if he gets there ahead of Delianov, is in trouble. And the rebound could have gone anywhere, quite frankly. And it's just not Fabio Gomez's day at the moment, is it? Lolly picking his way through. Down he goes, and Alex King says penalty. Isaias with the challenge. Let's see which way he goes. A little stutter, he goes the other way. No mistake. Sydney 2 clear, and probably 3 points heading their way, courtesy of Fabio Gomez. And it's headed towards goal. Goodness me, how did they survive that, Sydney? Still there for Ethan Alagich. And Sydney got bodies in the way.
Well, that one was difficult to track.
Here's the corner, and Redmayne has missed it, and they've got a goal now. Javi Lopez at the back post. Late hope for the Reds. Less than 2 minutes to go, but they've given themselves just a glimmer of a chance, and that 50th clean sheet for Andrew Redmayne will have to wait.
And it's come off the body of Girdwood Reich. Frustrated, he can't steer it away from the goal.
Fabio Gomez's penalty proving to be the match winner for the Sky Blues as Sydney cemented their spot in the top 6. Next up we head to Amy Park, where the Melbourne derby took centre stage on Saturday evening. Now no longer undefeated after losing in round 16, Melbourne Victory were handed another big blow before kick-off, with news leading goal scorer Bruno Fornaroli would miss the game after failing to recover in time following hand surgery. Meanwhile, hosts Melbourne City handed a second starting debut to loanee Marco Tilio as they went into the game aiming to avoid a 5th loss in 6 matches, a run of form which has seen them drop out of the finals positions. Your match commentators are Daniel McBreen and Robbie Thompson.
Jago's head up for Leckie, who's involved a lot early, Matt Leckie. He's got McLaren just inside the little 1-2. It's beautifully worked off the post. The follow-up from Ugarkovic. Saved by Izzo. Well, they missed him, didn't they?
Well, they did. And there's a little snapshot of why. Fantastic.
There is barely a second on the ball for anyone to stop and look up. That's brilliantly played by Arzani. For Guerrier! Off the post again! One at each end.
Well, what about the play from that man there, Daniel Arzani? Looked like he was caught on the sideline with nowhere to go. Little nutmeg. And as he takes a step inside, he just sees the opening. And there it is. What a ball that is. And for all money, you think it's in the back of the net. And it's off the outside of the post.
To deliver. Oh, it's spilt by Young and cleared off the line by Curtis Good. Well, how close were we to the opening goal there? Jamie Young came for it and didn't claim it. And there was a real scramble inside that 6-yard box. Arzani, beautifully done. He's got options. Arzani may not need them. Brilliant stop. Galloway's headed back. Jago clears for Lupulay. It wasn't on target as it's cleared by Subrayo. No free kick again, says Ali Reza Fagani, but this time there is, and a yellow card for Fabian Monge.
Here's the skills from Arzani. He's been sensational tonight in these areas, and that is a fantastic save from Jamie Young.
Naboo, space on the right-hand side. with Marco Tilio. Marco Tilio! Oh, off the crossbar! Completely missed by Izzo. And Marco Tilio so close to a welcome home present. It's a great switch from Ugarkovic for Jakolic. The opportunity, Antonis, great save. Well, that's one fantastic save apiece. One in the first half from Jamie Young and that one from Paul Izzo. Jago is fouled but keeps it alive. Antonis, fantastic switch of play for Natel. Leo Natel. And he tried to catch Izzo, unsighted, but it doesn't curl back and it flashes beyond the far post. Nicely done, Connor Chapman. Teague floats it up. Good defensive header, Suprayon again, but only as far as Brimmer. Spilt and then grabbed at the second attempt by Jamie Young.
So honours even in the Melbourne derby with a draw, leaving Melbourne victory without a win in 6 matches. Join us after the break as we bring you another 3 games from the Isuzu UTE A-League, including a 5-goal thriller between Perth Glory and Brisbane Roar. Welcome back to the Isuzu UTE A-League highlights show. We round off Saturday's action at HBF Park where Perth Glory hosted Brisbane Roar. Buoyed by the news the club now has new owners, Perth were out to extend their unbeaten run to 5 games in the league, and they take some stopping in front of goal given they've scored at least 2 goals in each of their last 9 matches. As for Brisbane, the Queenslanders arrived in Western Australia with a familiar face in charge as former Glory coach Ruben Zadkovic returned to the club for the first time since departing at the end of last season, as the Roar aim to make it 6 wins from their last 8 games against Perth. Phil Moss and Teo Pellizzeri are your match commentators for this one.
Warland out of the pack of players, and it's the opening goal for Taggart. New owners, same Adam Taggart, still scoring goals, and Perth Glory take the lead.
Well, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Who else but Captain Marvellous in a Perth Glory shirt?
See all the movement around the penalty spot, lots of grabbing and grappling, and almost the equaliser for Mile Uznic, who puts the header over the bar. Burke Gilroy. Jelicic. Burke Gilroy. Swings in the cross. Teasing for Mile Uznic! Brisbane Roar level in the blink of an eye. And it's Nikola Mile Uznic who is able to equalise, and the Roar will feel they have been good value for that goal as they draw level 1-1. That is clever. Look away pass, finds Burke Gilroy, now Henry Hoare. Pops it sideways, Jelicic back to Henry Hoare. Once, twice, and the volley. Waddingham denied initially, but then scores on the follow-up. And the youngster, who has been a peripheral character in the game until this point, launches himself and the Roar into the back of the net for a 2-1 lead. And now, a bit of an eerie vibe around HBF Park as the home fans, well, they're hoping for an equaliser. Taggart denied, Williams follows up, Benny blocked. What a save from Macklin Freak. In swinging corner, Truan has left his keeper in the lurch here, and then back on his line now is Macklin Freak. Shujnia, good defensive header by Jelicic, but only as far as Warland. And Benny with the follow-up, couldn't get his feet right, and the Roar managed to survive and hold on to their lead. And now a tangle of legs.
This is magnificent technique. That looks easy, but I can assure you it is certainly not.
Here goes Rojas, straight into the action. And what a pass! Warland able to slide in and put it behind for a corner. But that is the sort of introduction that Marco Rojas and the Brisbane Roar were after.
for Muir, Williams and Kamau. And straight away a chance. Straight away a chance for Kolakovsky. And now Benny! Great save by Macklin Freak. He is having a night.
Well, that is an incredible save by Macklin Freak.
Still Joel and Asmo. Still an Asmo. And the follow-up is there from Taggart. Gloria level. And it's Adam Taggart who draws it to 2-2 after a mercurial run from Joel and Asmo. Coletti. Back to Nikolovsky. Dangerous pass to the top of the area. It's spilled for Kolakovsky. It had to be him. Stefan Kolakovsky puts the glory in front. And that's what it needs to these home fans. A good week for Perth. May it about to become a great week. Now Kolakovsky, a heavy touch, and he's still able to fire a shot. Managed to get it under the lunging Aldred, and a good save from Macklin Freak.
A double from Adam Taggart, taking his tally to 12 for the season as Perth came from behind to seal the win and moved to within 6 points of the top 6. Sunday's action kicked off at Industry Group Stadium as the Central Coast Mariners hosted Western Sydney Wanderers. After their 12-game undefeated streak came to an abrupt end last week, the reigning champions were aiming to bounce back with a win, but they were dealt a blow before the game with news top scorer Angel Torres would miss the match altogether after picking up a knock in midweek. Meanwhile, the Wanderers went into the contest sat in 6th position, and they'd be without head coach Marco Rudan on the touchline as he served the first of a 2-game suspension, while they were also without Jorrit Hendricks, Tom Beadling, Aidan Simmons and Tate Russell, all of whom are also suspended. Your match commentators for this one are Daniel McBreen and Simon Hill.
So they go centrally. Lockie Brooks in fine nick at the moment. Shut down and then fired over the top by Nicholas Milanovic. Wanderers with the first real effort on goal.
Very slim pickings, finding it really difficult to get out of their own half.
Brook. Room here for Milanovic again. Clisby on the overlap. Milanovic going to go for goal. It smacks back off the crossbar. That was a super strike from Nicholas Milanovic. Bailey Brentman cutting inside. It opens up nicely for him. It only hits the tomato sauce bottle behind the goal. And that's better from Mark Jackson's team.
Just as we were mentioning, Stormaroo getting higher on this near touchline.
Now they look to set up a counter. Branavarello herring through the middle. Lockie Brook could find him. All Badalato at the back post. Max Ballard was there. Milanovic is to pick up the scraps. He's looked lively, Nicholas Milanovic. Probably most likely, certainly in a Wanderers jersey. Kaltak off the post. And Lockie Brook to scramble it clear. Well, you don't get much closer than that. And now both teams have hit the woodwork.
Well, he got up well, didn't he?
Now chance perhaps for the Mariners. Ryan Edmondson with the cutback. Oh, is there a foul there? Penalty. Gabriel Clark on Ronald Barcelus. On the blind side, the winger. Clark upended him unknowingly, and the Mariners, in the final 10 minutes of the game, have a golden chance to take the lead. Up against Daniel Margush, the Brazilian. Docker sends it the wrong way, and the Mariners hit the front with less than 10 minutes to go of a very, very tight game here in Gosford.
Well, we were just saying that it's been a game of very few opportunities. A penalty to split the two teams who have been grinding at each other.
A late penalty from substitute Mikhail Docker firing the Mariners back to winning ways as they cemented second spot on the ladder. And the final game of round 17 in the Isuzu UTE A-League saw third host first as Macarthur FC played Wellington Phoenix. Victory last time out means the Bulls head into the game on a 7-match unbeaten run, their joint longest streak in competition history, and a win here would see them record 3 straight wins for the first time since December 2021. Meanwhile, league leaders Wellington arrived in Campbelltown also unbeaten in 7 matches, having kept 2 clean sheets in a row, and knew a win would move them 5 points clear at the top. Your match commentators are Phil Moss and Ben Homer.
It's Lewis curling it in. Paulson's punch only as far as Davila, and it will be another corner for the Bulls. Another corner whipped in towards the near post. Wellington urged to get it away. Sermon did so, but did he collect Germain on the way through? The Frenchman's gone down. So Sean Evans has said that there will not be a penalty. Germain, well, he looks confused. So that's the value of those 7 shots on goal from Macarthur in XG. Extremely low is Wellington now through Kelly Heald. And down he goes, penalty! Well, this time it is a penalty and it goes the way of Wellington. And it's Kelly Heald. And it's Costa who rolls Wellington into a 1-0 lead. He's got 9 this season. He's got 3 against the Bulls. And Wellington, top of the table, are ahead again.
The other thing to take into consideration is that Clayton Lewis is on a yellow card, as we know. So he's got to be very careful in any contest he gets himself into.
Voyitsa diving header away from Sermon. He has done really well there, Finn Sermon. Got his head onto it in a tricky situation. Now Davila! That was the moment, wasn't it, for Macarthur? The swivel of the hips and the strike on goal. Bernardo in a one-on-one situation with Sermon. He loves this kind of opportunity. Stabs it back, Voyitsa. And Hughes with the header. Davila drives it, Drew. Blocked away by Hughes. Great desperation from Wellington once again, and now they earn the free kick.
Well, what a smart save from Alex Paulson. Credit to the Wellington goalkeeper.
Barbarousis. Ball. Old. And here comes Costa. It's over the line. Well, it's a late goal here for Wellington, which probably will ensure the 3 points for them. And now he gets another chance, Mombwa. Limited opportunities for him this season, but he's adding some terrific energy and spark off the bench. Here he is again, Charles. Here's Bernardo. Macarthur may yet have a route back into this one. And it's their new recruit with his first goal for the Bulls.
Costa Barbarousis' excellent individual season continues as he takes his tally to 10 goals for the campaign as Wellington extend their lead at the top to 5 points. That's all for this week on the Isuzu UTE A-League Highlight Show. We'll see you next time.